Okay, let's start with this. This is basically how the doors work. The blacks are memory, or sorry, blacks are branches, so they can split the power out. Red is going to be your power. That goes into, what we do is we just chain in the branches because you're going to need it for a bunch of other stuff as well. Lights and other things. So then, yeah, we're splitting off power into a door, and then that power goes into another door. So right there, that's just 2 power, and then you just get chain. You have power into the memory, and then you have your set and reset. Those buttons and those can, you can use whatever you want to trigger it, but let's just say they're buttons. And then to the right, when you hit set, the power will flip to the set. When you hit reset, the power will flip to the left. So we go set, and you got power going into this guy, which the default position is off. So now this branch is getting power to both these things. And let's go over here. First thing we're going to power is the open position of the door. Now the person's going this direction. So closes the door behind him, opens the door in front of him. Then we got power going over here. Oh, to the light to say that the room is occupied, and then going to the closed position. When you hit reset, or of course the default position, okay. Yeah, when we hit reset, we go over to this one. We're branching off. We want to open this door, and as you can see, we branched off multiple times. So then the next thing is that we're going to close this door. So these act as an airlock, and these just flip-flop, including the light when it's occupied. And then we have power going to, oh yeah, we usually have power going to a timer, and power going to here, which will act as a button just to reset things. And you're going to see this quite a bit. It acts like a button that basically can hit itself. So it gives just a pulse of power. We'll come back through here. I'm going to do a walk through everything. I actually ran out of power. As you can see, these lights in the back are not on. I'm just like, everything is just kind of like almost at full power. I didn't check the front, but let's just kind of go start from the front. I think we're wired. Here we go. All of these spirals is done with just the one strand of light. Just zigzag it back and forth. That way it's only using the 5 power. Okay, Okay. So over here is the first power room. Here's our power source, and then here's a chain of memories. And then here we got going directly into a timer. I don't think it's this one. It's the one out there. We do have two. No, it's this one right here. We do have two timers here. So let's see. This one, I think, activates.
Welcome to the ESS. Please stand on the scanning pad.
We need a timer
Authorization into the
for
station. Thank you.
a boombox. So here we're going to a blocker. What's this going to? Power out is empty. We might have been using this before. And then, yeah, we're just not even using that now. The lights are to give ambiance to this window from the other side. Here's the camera. We will be looking at that in a minute. Nothing, which, geez. Oh, it's at 2. Okay. Since it's nothing, I'll set it 1. Here's powering the camera, heartbeat sensor, heartbeat sensor. This is going to another electrical branch, 36. Oh, sorry. Green industrial light. Oh, this is going to route to all the lighting, 44. Boombox has 1 extra power. There's our fairy lights. There's our the other timer. There's a timer outside that for that. And this one's upside down. Monday sometimes flips them upside down, which then just confuses the crap out of me. This is going to another timer. Is there 2 timers outside? There is 2 timers out there. Okay, and let's go look. Now keep in mind there was like 44 power for lights. So you got like 3 lights here. Sorry, counts as a light. You got a light here, the light here, and this part also powers the fridge and the soup box, which my branch is right here. That's probably kind of the tail end of all the lighting. I think, yeah, we got a couple lights in this room. So I have a red and a blue light, plus the spotlight. And so, like, one of these, I think this timer, it acts as a switch. I can hit this to open the door, and then it will close itself when the timer's done. This button is set up to a blocker. If this door is open, this button won't work. And then this will also trigger the boombox. It will trigger the lasers, which is my scanner. I wanted to redo this. I wanted to say, like, stand on scanner and hit button. Make it a little bit more clear. Yeah, and let's make it white as well. The black can add a nice vibe, but if you want high visibility, white stands out so much better. So we want and it's hard to write with a mouse. On scanner, we go. And what? Press button. Press. Button. And then, oh, nice. Of course, I wish I had an arrow. Press button to begin. Okay, whatever. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So we get scanned and door opens. This door is just on auto, it automatically opens. Here's our UFO alien. Aliens are boarding the ESS, find your ray gun and eliminate it, then power the engine upstairs to find a way to escape via escape shuttle. Oh, okay, so we don't need coming soon anymore. This card? Yes. Okay. Yeah, so this is start, and then to leave or restart, return ray gun. What I'll do is I'll write exit up here. Too big. All right, so we hit start, and here's our memory that's switching over. It's upside down. So here you got 0 power, and here we are 16, which is going here. That's going to the light up above, letting us know that this room is occupied, and then going to the door controllers. One of the door controllers. No, it's got to be both. Got to be two. Oh, right. Because the light is one of the door controllers, and then this is a door controller. And the pressure pads. Monday did this room, so I'm not going to know this so well. This is all the rest of the power going to the lights. Right, this is the other side of the door controller. So if we reset this, this is our reset sequence, including the timer. This is just powered on from the memory, and this is the power off from the memory. And yeah, so this is going to be controlling credit. And there's another memory cell. Oh no, that one's backwards. Like, yeah. So that's going out to the memory cell. Oh, to reset it? No. Oh, this is the power branch, the main power branch, right? So then nothing there. This goes to the conveyor. This guy. So it's always on. Right. And then this just powers the door, not controlling the doors, and then we got the signs. Okay. And then we should have something plugged in here. That's the power. Okay, that's power in. Again, he has this thing upside down. Yeah, so here's our filter pass. Whenever something passes through this will get a tick of power and it'll reset the system. All right, because this is powered on. This is, oh, so yeah, this is the restart sequence and the power needed when it's restarting. So where are the pressure pads? Is that in here? So he did this electrical work in here. And yeah, so what happens is when you knock this down, usually you shoot it, that triggers the audio.
Foreign contaminate eliminated. Access granted upstairs.
The ammo fed to for the ray gun is hid back here, and that just routes itself out to there. So it's always routing one ammo. I believe the memory switch is to trigger this door. Now it's turned on, so the door is open. Here we hid 5 buttons. Also, there's a clue in the alien head. Turn that off. So both aliens have one. We also have this, which is follow the arrow and crouch, and don't forget behind the lockers. So let's check behind the lockers. Got a little one right there. And a little one right there. And then last one. Now a lot of people don't know you can crouch under that. So I started making that easier. I'm trying to design this so easy that I don't have to be in this room. Alright, so you get all of them. You power the computer. In case someone deletes the identifier off the computer, the identifier is click me. So you click here and you'll get to see it, but if you can delete it, so that's why. And then there's her code. Oops. So we come down here. Of course, I didn't show shooting the thing, but get the idea. We put this in here. We wait 10 seconds. This conveyor needs to tick over. Gonna suck the gun out. And just put it back in that box, but we'll reset the whole thing there. There we go. I don't think this is actually anything. Wasted power. I don't think I have a lot of extra power left over from this. But I might be able to steal some of that power. Alright, traverse the lava underground and make your way up the volcano and scale up to the top. Find the missing information to start the broken escape shuttle and leave the doomed space station. Alright, now this one gets crazy. I did all this myself. Basically, well, let's go ahead and start it. You have all these pressure pads.
Deviation may result in contact with lava, which could cause minor discomfort or death.
So, every time we trigger one of these pads, not only does the green light turn on, but we're triggering these ands. So when I step on the next one, this and up here will be completed. And then when we trigger this one, the next and will be completed, and so on, until we go all the way down the chain and they've all been stepped on. If you step on one of these, it's going to trigger all of these branches, which are all rigged to upstairs. Let's go ahead and look at upstairs. These are the ores. So once one of these gets triggered, they're not all wired up. We can, yeah, you can see here's it ends. I had a few extra. Once one of these gets triggered, it will create the this cascade of power to reset all of the. So yeah, you have to just follow the X's. And again, I was looking to make this one where I don't need to be in this room and like guide them. Like even morons could kind of figure this out, which you'll still screw it up. Come up here, climb volcano at your own risk. And there's just this pathway going around the room. Lots of red skins. Return note here. So then they have to, well here, let's look at this. They're going to have to climb up into here. And you can kind of see that box up there. So hopefully that's pretty obvious. I'm not bad at parkour. I'm not the best or anything, but being that I'm on a laptop, I keep missing frames. And here we go. Making it a little bit trickier. So I'm on this higher one. I look up, and there's our next code. Okay. That's everything for this room. It's these pressure pads that are doing most of the wiring. Obviously a lot of power for all of those lights upstairs. We hit a reset. Goes back to default. About to have my grand opening. Oh, I need to make this pathway. I'll go grab that in a minute. This one's the easiest one. This peaceful green planet is perfect for mining the materials we need to get the escape shuttle working. Find the pickaxe, mine the nodes targets to complete. Alright, so, and then I have a big sign that says, please don't pick food, free food in lobby. People will probably still pick it. This is where you return the pickaxe, so it's always empty. And then find pickaxe, bunch of question marks. Which one is it in? I don't know. And then if you're watching the lights, you can see them randomly like popping into existence. So if we just sit here and watch for a little while, they should appear and then disappear and go into another box. There it was. That was pretty fast. Sometimes it's a little bit slower. Like that. So we got our pickaxe. Come up here. And we got to mine our nodes. There we go. But, of course, this one kind of sucks because you can always cheat the system. But this room is supposed to just be kind of more like easy, monotonous. It's not meant to be so much of a, here's our next code, so much of a brain bender, but it's just kind of cool looking. I did all the, what's it called? I made my chandelier just look like a big round planet or something. I put a disco ball underneath it. And it's meant to look like you're the inside of a planet. I don't know. So I did have Monday. I tried to wire this all myself. And I had Monday come and help me. You have to do all the turrets and then targets. And then have the power come back. And then back up to them. There's a timer that resets. Because there's a down position and an up position. You don't want to hold power to the down position, so it triggers a timer. So this way it gets power, but then it loses its power. Swim through this oceanic world upward till you find dry land and information. How to escape the space station via escape shuttle. Grammar. Find dry land and information on how to escape. What? That's going to bug me. Oh. Okay. So again, we have our memory, which just switched what's going on. Do I need all of these? Yeah. Door control. Oh, the door controller's upstairs. Right. So this one I have wired to only close these doors because this time you're going to type in the code. I have this hint, how many, and then you can see the blue light. So we have 5. And that gives you like, oh, that makes sense. So that's 5. How many are under this light? 1, 2, 2. Our code is 5122. And then guess the code. You plug that in. I have the main, like the master code. So then we come up here. We have the arrows pointing which way to go and a sign with a rose. We look in here, no roses. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, 3, 1, 5. We go upstairs. We plug that in here. This one gets a little tricky. If the arrow's cutting around, now we have the lights again. So we have 3, 6. And people will say this is 1, 2. But actually, we had a table before that had stuff on it. How many things are on this table? So that's a 0. 3, 6, 0, 2. Here's our next code. They can just leave the doors open. There was a second box up there too. If they pick up the note, you can put it in the other box and it'll cycle through. All of those doors will shut themselves when we reset. Okay, and then go grab this cloth. So here we want a plus, and then boom, boom, and one more here. Okay. Let's reset. So a lot of our stuff is up here. What is the timer doing? Going to this memory cell. Oh, it's not a timer. That's an OR switch. Right. So this will reset. Also, a button downstairs will also reset. So that one, or the button or the door controller, will reset the whole system. Go ahead and... Oh, we should read. Oh no, the ESS self-destruct has been initiated, and the only way to escape is by emergency shuttle. Did you find the fuel storage code, command cockpit code, and 2 pieces of the ignition code? I ran out of space. Here we go in here. So here we have fuel, craft fuel for engine. We grab a piece of wood. Boy, that was quick. So they would type in the code here for that box. And then they would type in the code for this door. But there's no power. And here we have ignition code here, but you can't use this phone. A lot of that's just locked. You come over here, and there's a thing that says wood to furnace to coal. And then use coal to start engine. So you put your piece of wood, you turn on, and then you get your one piece of coal. You put the coal in here, and you wait. I already taught them the 10-second rule, so hopefully they'll be patient. And there, it's all turned on. So here, I don't remember the phone number, 1560-1239. Let's see if that's it. 1560-1239.
Takeoff. Ignition begun. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I might change this photo. I took a picture of the night sky. It just doesn't come out. Here is the celebration. We got a couple cameras right here. They stand on the heart. I take a picture of them, and we put them on the wall. And then when they hit this button, lets them out and resets. Take a quick look at some of the power things. I had another power thing set up, but so let's go kind of backwards. Back here, we have our other phone, the power out call. Pass-through, I think. Yeah, so when it gets called, the 5 power will get passed through. And then that's going to this electrical branch? Yeah. Which is then splitting off the door controller and this timer. And the timer activates the boombox. Also, the spotlight is on when the power is on up here. There's actually not much going on here. These furnaces get turned on. And the phone is, you can see, has no power. But when we turn on the power, this has. But a lot of this is just decorative. This is just my own personal storage, but looks kind of sci-fi. So, to get the fuel, we have wood coming through here. It just passes one wood at a time. So if they want, they can sit there and farm all my wood. But it would take them an extremely long time. Here, this just holds all the extra charcoal when they throw one charcoal into the box. And this is set for charcoal. All this other stuff is decorative. I store stuff in here. So these are locked. Got some food, but it's locked. So this is just all kind of for me to hold my stuff. Let's go take a look at PC. And then we're finished. Oh, I do want to show one more thing. TC upkeep 7 hours, and it's taking a ton of stone. I'm actually gonna high qual this whole final room, which will cut down a little bit on the stone, sure, but it's gonna add high qual, which is the hardest resource to get. And then all of these 5 barrels funnel into the TC. I could probably fit more barrels here. Like this guy, I could have 2 of them back there, and then 2 of these thin guys. the tall guys up front. So I could probably have 4 here. I could fit one of those long guys back there, and then probably still have room for 2 tall guys. But I think I could fit 2 more rails if I wanted to. But here you can kind of see we're pretty full. I have the high qual, but I haven't upgraded yet. But it's already in there. These vending machines, they just display Escape Space Station and Monday Wilson ESS. That's it.